how to feel confident around people you don't know. And that confidence is basically like social confidence. How to be able to walk up to that stranger and spark up a conversation. Go up to that cute girl that you think is beautiful and tell her, or try to get her number. Just going up to a stranger, being able to keep a conversation and not have that weird social anxiety, that awkwardness, the awkward silence in the convo where you don't know what to do with your hands and you start to stutter and you clutter up your words and and you just look like an idiot and you kind of look dumb because you just stutter. We all know that because we've all been there, whether that's a stranger, someone that we know, like we just stutter and we just have that awkward silence, that awkward social awkwardness, social anxiety feeling. So here's how to feel confident around them, how to have that social confidence around these people that you don't know, whether they're a stranger or someone you've met briefly, just someone that you don't know. So we're gonna go to the root of why. So we're doing this on a whiteboard right now. I don't know if you could read this. I have pretty bad handwriting, but how to feel confident around the people you don't know. So let's go to the root. The reason why we feel that social awkwardness and we can't really flow and keep a conversation going like they're one of our friends, like they're one of our significant others, our siblings, our parents, or just your best friend that you can literally rant to and talk to. The reason why we don't feel like that is because we don't know them. We only know the tip of the iceberg, the way they look, and we don't know anything below that. We don't know what's underneath the iceberg. All we see is their physical appearance, and we don't really know them on any type of deeper level. So we feel kind of weird, number one, because we overthink. This is the first step, and honestly the biggest one in my opinion. Overthinking. We constantly get in our head either before we get in the combo with them or when we're in the conversation with them and we think about, oh, maybe what if I'm bothering them? What if they're in the gym and they're trying to get their workout in, or we're in a group setting and whenever I talk to them they just feel bothered by me, and you tell yourself this and you overthink and put these thoughts in your head. These thoughts that are only going to hinder your actions. And you start to overthink right here. You start to tell yourself this over and over, and you validate it in your mind. Whenever you overthink and tell yourself a belief and tell yourself a thought, tell yourself something, you keep saying it. You keep saying it until it becomes valid in your mind and you start to literally believe it. So the first step is overthinking. You constantly overthink whenever you're in a conversation with these people, whether you know it or not. It may be subconsciously, but you overthink, bro. And whenever you constantly tell yourself it and validate it, you justify it. You justify it when it's in your mind, like, oh, you know what? I am bothering them because if this were me, I wouldn't want to be talking to a stranger, or because this and that, and you just make yourself believe it more and more. And it's like you start to not want to be in the conversation either because you make yourself believe it that they don't want to talk to you right now. You don't feel confident because you're overthinking. You're overthinking these thoughts that they really don't want to talk to me, or I'm bothering them by talking to them. I'm interrupting their set, and you just start to get awkward. You start to get weird, so that awkward silence forms, and you don't know what to do with your hands, and you literally just overthink. In your head, both of y'all don't want to be there because you overthought that, and you made yourself believe it. So this is your brain whenever you're going throughout your day, all right? This is your brain, and your brain is just fine. But whenever you walk up to that person over here, and you start a conversation with them, and you start to talk to them, either you're asking them if they're on this machine, or you're just starting to talk to the person, and you have this one bad thought of, you know what, they don't want to talk to me because they're trying to work out, and whenever I come over here and distract them from the workout, they're just like, they're focused on their workout. They don't want to talk to me. So you put this one bad thought in your head, and then whenever you're in the conversation, you start to stutter. So then you validate that even more. This other thought comes in, then you keep telling yourself this, and your thoughts get cluttered, and your head gets cluttered, and all these thoughts start to clutter your mind, and you don't know what to do because they don't want to be there, you don't want to be there in your head, and this overthinking has caused you to jumble up your thoughts and stutter your words and keep your hands in front of yourself awkwardly or right by your side. Like, you just seem awkward, and you have that awkward silence where you don't know whether you should say something because your mind is literally just completely cluttered with all these thoughts of negativity of, they don't want to be talking to me. And it's because you put these thoughts in your head all by the start of it from overthinking, bro. Wow, I cannot write with this expo marker. But this is the person, bro. And you go up to them and put all these bad thoughts in your head and you justify it and make them valid by believing it yourself, by saying it over and over. And you start to feel it. So the conversation starts to get awkward. It starts to die off, and you don't know what to do because you just don't feel confident. You just feel that social awkwardness, that social anxiety. So the first step to literally feel confident around someone that you don't know is to stop the overthinking. Or I always say this, you can't genuinely stop overthinking, but you can limit it. You'll genuinely become more confident in a conversation around someone that you don't know. If you go up and talk to them before, you can start overthinking and get yourself down this rabbit hole of, oh, they don't want to talk to me. Or, oh, I'm bothering them. And you just if you just keep telling yourself this, you're obviously not going to want to talk to them. You're not going to feel confident or comfortable. So if you start by limiting this overthinking and do what Jeffrey says, you know that Jeffrey dude that's like, oh, you're just being oh, you're just being a little baby. You're being a little girl. Just go up to her and talk to that one girl. And you're like, no, I can't. Jeffrey is right, bro. Not even from the way that you're thinking. You're not being a baby from not going up to talk to her. But you are being a baby if you let these thoughts and you let yourself overthinking bring yourself further and further away from not talking to her. So if you're uncomfortable, don't let yourself overthink, because you're obviously not going to want to do it. You're going to validate it in your mind and start to believe these thoughts. So Jeffrey is right. Literally go do it. Go do it before you start overthinking. If you're scared, do it scared. But don't let yourself overthink and get yourself to the point where you validate it in your head that, oh, I'm bothering them, or they don't want to talk to me. Because then you're going to feel like it's genuinely true when it's not. You're telling yourself this, you're overthinking. So the first step is limit the overthinking. Stop overthinking. I'm going to rewrite this in the middle so you can see it better. Step 2 is getting rid of feeling the need to control the situation. Getting rid of feeling the need to control a situation. Because whether you know it or not, you do this. And you feel the need to control the situation whenever you're talking to someone that you don't know. And maybe that's why you get weird and have that social anxiety, that social awkwardness whenever you're talking to them. Because you want them to see you a certain way. You want them to see you as this cool guy if it's a cute girl that you're walking up to, or whether it's a stranger that you're talking to. You want them to see you a certain way, and you have a view in your head. You want to put this view in their head, so that's why you start to act a certain way or say a certain thing, and that's why you don't know what to say. That's why your words get jumbled and you start to stutter, and your hands start to like awkwardly be placed by your side, or you just feel like you don't know what you're doing with your hands, like you're just literally awkward, bro. And you just have this social awkwardness where it's awkward silence and the conversation just doesn't flow. And you know exactly what I'm talking about when this happens. When the conversation just doesn't flow and it just kind of feels forced, you know? Like you're not even genuinely wanting to talk to them, you're just making small talk. And it's just weird because you feel the need to control the situation. You know how many people in the world view you differently? Like how many thoughts people have of you. Like to someone you're the annoying kid, to someone you're the smart kid, you're the big kid, you're the funny, sexy kid. Like there's so many different views of different people that see you differently throughout the entire world. So stop feeling the need to control the way that other people view you whenever you talk to them, whether they're a stranger or not. Stop. You need to get rid of the need to control the situation, because that's what you're doing in a conversation, whether you know it or not. Get rid of that fear of judgment whenever you talk to them, that they're going to think about you a certain way, or, oh, I don't have the best fit on right now. They're going to think I'm musty, I'm a little grimy, I don't know, like I look homeless. Like, bro, get rid of that need to control the situation, whether that's through your words, your actions, the way you talk, the way you look right now. So a way you can do that is literally just to be authentic. Put in your mind right now that whenever you talk to someone that you don't know and you don't feel confident around them, that you're just talking to a homie. Crack jokes, be authentic, let the conversation flow so you're not like forcing it. And it's not like you're just forcing the combo and it's just awkward, you know? Like talk to them like they're one of the boys, or they're one of the girls, or like whoever you have a trusted friend as, or your sibling, or your parent. Just talk to them like they're one of them. Just be yourself, be authentic, and don't try to force a certain view. You need to release and let go of that need to control the situation. So that's step number 2. Step 3 of feeling confident around the people you don't know is training it. Training it like a muscle. Like everything in life, you have to work for it. And it's to get uncomfortable. That's step 3. Step 3 is get uncomfy. Because if you're awkward and you have this social anxiety around the people that you don't know, and you just don't feel confident around them, you don't feel like the conversation's flowing. So before you let yourself overthink into not talking to that person, you need to get uncomfortable. Like I said earlier, Jeffrey was right. You just need to do it. You need to stop being a baby. You need to literally get uncomfortable. Like everything in life, you have to work for it. You have to build it. You have to continue to nurture it like a plant. Like you have to get uncomfortable and do these things if you want them to actually work. So if you have that thought of maybe I should talk to that person, but you're like, oh, no, I don't want to. If you don't want to talk to that person, do it. Get uncomfortable. Do things that you don't want to do. And if you're scared to do it, literally just do it scared. Just get out of your comfort zone and just do it. Because that's genuinely how you become confident in literally anything, is just building and training and getting uncomfortable. Do uncomfortable things even when you don't want to, because that's when you're going to see the most growth. That's whenever you're going to be happy that you did it at the end of it. And that's how you literally feel confident around people you don't know. You stop overthinking. You limit overthinking. You start it at the root. Before you even get into the conversation with them, you go up to them and talk to them, because you know you're going to overthink and it's going to lead down this rabbit hole of you not doing it. So to limit the overthinking. And second, get rid of the need to control the situation. They're going to think about you the way they want to think about you. Whether you know it or not, whatever you say and do is not going to control that. Okay, so just be your true, authentic self. Be real like you're talking to a homie, because they're going to think of you the way they want to. So get rid of that need to control it. Just let it go. Release that. Be your true, authentic self. And step 3 to gaining confidence around people you don't know is just to get uncomfortable. Like anything in life, if you want it, you got to train, you got to build, you got to grow, and just try your hardest to build that and grow with it and try to become more confident. And just get out of your comfort zone. Do it scared. If you're scared, do it regardless, because Jeffrey was right all along. Just do it, bro. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone, become confident with it, and talk to a stranger like you're talking to a homie. And I promise you, you'll be able to gain confidence in talking to strangers or talking to people that you don't really know. Do it scared, bro.